Hey, how are y'all doing? Yeah, I'm still here. Um, but I wanted to do a video and talk about like people that have been through, anything similar to what I've been through, to what others have been through. There are laws on human trafficking, okay? Because when it comes to human trafficking, these are people that force people to do things against their will, which is severely illegal, okay? So, and that includes they can drug you, poison you, and you don't even know what the fuck's going on because they put it in your food and your drink, which is a lot of what I've been through. You have to realize that, you're okay, all right? No matter what's going on. If you've been in one of these situations, do not fear, because you're the one that's supposed to come out of it, okay? If there's any like dark beings, bad people that that something happened to, like, I'm getting that there's, these people, like people that, something like what I've been through, what these people are attacking me and doing all this stuff, and they're, demonic and evil as hell, and don't realize that they have this shit on them, but they're sitting here doing like, I'm feeling like they've been doing like hard drugs, and running on that to the point that they didn't realize they had health problems. They weren't getting it fixed or something like that. Because I was seeing some signs, like for instance with this Rasputin person that just won't, doesn't seem to understand to leave me alone, stop coming after everyone in my life that I care about. Him and Twit, that's what I call White Rapper Boy, Ace and J, no good for nothing. That one, okay? Doesn't matter, the rest of them. But, when they do something like a false marriage or something like that, but they did it anyway, and these legal systems considered it legal, do you know what I'm saying? Which they can't do that, they're not allowed to do that, but since they went ahead and did it, do you know what I'm saying? Then, how can I put this? Like, say you're somewhere and you're stuck, okay? And you need to get somewhere else, right? And you were like captured or held hostage, by, drugs and poisons or whatever, which, twist your mind around, okay? Yeah, I know all about it. I got videos about it. That's why I left it there, because I made mistakes, but I made mistakes because I was being poisoned and drugged or mega poison. I don't know. I mean, I have, some fair ideas, but, they, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's like a red spot right there, and my not mother, I don't know what she was, but that was Uncle Creepy's wife. She had one too, and she went to a doctor or something. They said it was cancer. They like took it out and biopsied it. This kind of shit that these people do, they don't care. They're, when people talk about archons, they're Nephilim, okay? You just go read Genesis, what is it, 6:1 through 6:6, somewhere around in there. Yeah, you need to read that, or, that section, to really understand it, to comprehend it. And you don't really even have to understand it right now. The point is, if you've been held hostage, captured, and you don't even trust, the law officials, which I get that, then you do whatever the fuck you need to. You know what I'm saying? If you've got to use, one of them people's stuff in order for you to, get a ride to get somewhere, or take their vehicle and their keys to get somewhere, whatever you have to do. If you feel better doing in the evening, do it. If you don't want to do it that way, you call Uber, you call Lyft, you call a taxi, whatever you have to, get to where you should go. Leo! he's trying to get up to, on the AC window unit thingy. AC, in a hotel. The AC things, he's trying to get, like, up to the window to look out the window. He's been acting a little different lately. There's been a number of things going on lately. I can tell there's some things going on. But you have to understand. Now, if someone pulls you over, you tell them the fucking truth. You know what I'm saying? Don't fear. You're the one in the right. If you were someone held hostage, I've sat here, I know I've sat here and called people and done things, and these people have fucking ignored me. But that's why I did these videos. So that they try to say this and this, well, I did all this as well as called and did this and this. And people want to treat people like, oh, you're psychic, and it must be this or it must be that, because they've been reading the Demiurge Bible, which is inverted. There's some things that are correct in there, but why does the Bible contradict itself? We have people that have been programmed for very long time, lifetimes and generations. So until people start waking up and really seeing things and realizing what's going on, we are dealing with people that don't yet know. They haven't had the red pill. And I'm telling you, you do not get the red pill, it gets shoved. Okay? I pray everyone decides to choose the right thing, the right way, and see what happened to people that didn't. They're like an example. Okay? We can only do so much, but we can't. It's not up to us to save people, but we pray for them to be saved. And sometimes they run out of time before that can happen because they were going so hard at it. They were doing everything wrong. They weren't listening to their intuition. If you are burnt out and exhausted, it's hard to, hear your intuition. That's why they do that. Okay? Don't let anything fear you. You're not the one in the wrong. You've been cabbage patched, taken, and you had no other choice. That's not your fault. Been sitting here fighting and fighting and fighting from this side, and it's like everyone fighting, but these wicked fucking people went around doing just like Andrew Tate. That it's malignant. Well, really it's just dark triad, where they're sitting there egotistical, bragging and all of this, and talking shit about people that's not true. They do that to twist minds. It's poisoning minds without the poison, but they're doing black magic and witchcraft. Even the slander is black magic and witchcraft. So I'm needing like some people out there that are going through these things to realize it's not your fault. You need to realize perhaps what has possibly happened. I've been through it. And it's not your fault. It doesn't matter. This is not, if someone puts their hands on you, it doesn't matter what sex they are, that it's taboo, it's this, that. It's not your fucking fault. It's come out about what happened to Justin Bieber, okay? But he found, the true God, the true divine, not the demiurge. I pray he's found the true divine, but it does appear that way, and it's probably because of what he went through. It's not that God wants us to suffer at all. We're in an inverted world. So in order to get out of it, we're having to go through some suffering until it's, over and done. Don't stay there and, deal with shit on your own. Go to where you need to go so it can be handled correctly, especially with someone that has the strength and the ability to talk and say what needs to be said when perhaps you may not be able to because of what you went through, because of trauma or whatever it may be. Like, go to your mom, or as long as she's, okay. Is this someone that's fighting for you? You know what I'm saying. You know where you belong. Whoever you have, okay? Sometimes, you got to realize where it is you're supposed to go. What, Kitty? Yeah, he seems to be looking for somebody. He knows. Anyway, You're going to have to do whatever you need to do. I mean, if you've got to use, you know, something available to you in order to get out, to go somewhere, to whatever, then do it. Do it. But, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure, you know, if you ride Uber or Lyft or something, make sure you're all cleaned up and everything. And that really shouldn't be that big of a deal. If you know where you're going, no problem. You know? Yeah, but it's time to do something. Anyway, I want to do a reading, but I'm saying this stuff because I'm so feeling that somebody or some people or something need to hear this. It's like they're going through fear, but do not fear, okay? The things that are correct in the Bible, because Bible is basic knowledge before leaving Earth. When people really grasp that down, you know, it's basic. You know, it's like the obvious stuff, you know? Anyway, but, yep, you gotta move. You can't stay, you know, paralyzed in fear or feeling trapped when you're not. You've got the pathway open to you. I mean, it's like the universe has been making moves. There's been prayers made and everything, so for things to happen. But you have to take that initiative. You know, go to where, you know, you're not alone. All right? And then everything can be, you know, but around good people, right? The opposite of what you've been around. Do not feel any kind of way about anything. You know, you haven't done nothing wrong. What the fuck have you got to worry about? Nothing. Okay? All right. Ow. What, baby? As soon as I got over here, he started this. What is it? Because I'm sitting here? Oh. What are you calling for, Kitty? Let's see what the cards have to say. Yeah, because, I mean, I've had to deal with people like they're, psychic, blah, blah, blah. But I had these gifts, premonitions, you know, yeah, dreams, all this stuff I never even knew that tarot cards exist. I didn't know shit about it. Knew nothing. Because where I was at, where I grew up, them people that abducted me, kidnapped me, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it seems like I was abducted right out of her womb. Yeah, see, there can be plenty of CIA psyops that come out and lie. I mean, like, people don't know that the whole JFK thing is a big psyop. Anyway, come on, people. You know, Satan owns the airwaves, so what's on TV? Yeah, y'all need to shut that fucking TV off. That's the problem. Shut the TV off and, you know, watch, you know, videos like this. Me and other people. People will talk to you straight, you know. Then people that, you know, there's a lot of people that don't cuss and all that stuff. If that's what you need, go watch that. But you're not going to probably hear what you need to really hear, like the nitty gritty. You know what I mean? The real details. You know what I mean? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Well, the bottom of the deck. 3 of Swords. And it says, better to live the truth than to live a lie. It talks about heartbreak, suffering, and grief. See, that's something I've been feeling. Ooh, so the first card out is the Knight of Wands reversed, which is anger, impulsivity, and recklessness. What else do we have here? Queen of Swords in reverse. Cold-hearted, cruel, bitterness. So this looks like the people that were involved. And, you know, the Queen of Swords, that doesn't always mean male, female. You can't always look at it that way, because you can have a masculine that's in the distorted feminine. To know who these people were. The Seven of Pentacles reversed. Work with no results, no rewards, wastefulness, which is what these people were up to. 3 of Cups reversed. Disloyalty, rejection, betrayal, overindulgence. That's what these beings have been up to. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles upright, okay, which is Focus on your home, family, and prosperity. Protective, motherly, generous. The pentacle has to do with earth, okay? So it's, having to deal with material things and real life things that are in front of you. That doesn't always mean, material doesn't always mean like money, but it can mean different things, clothing, home, whatever. All right, let's see. What we need to try here. Oh, let's do the moonology. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. I don't know where that's coming from. That sounds like Superman. What? Okay, what have we got here? What have you got, Spirit? But this is where I split the deck. Believe in the impossible. Blue moon. Waning moon. What do you need to release? Okay. Crying is cathartic and helps you to release. There is no, you can't cry, you're a man. I was raised as, Uncle Creepy raised me up like I was a boy. Okay? So, I wasn't allowed to cry. I would get the shit beat out of me like you have no idea for crying. I got harassed, gang stalked as a baby by a megalomaniac monster. Yeah. Believe me, I know how it feels, been there. And, when you get around somebody that's healed, that really helps you to heal. It really does. A fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. Okay. Yep. Take time to breathe out. Disseminating moon. A new romantic cycle begins. Oh, okay. A time to give rather than to take. Work through your fears, okay? So that gives you some, things to look at right there, right? And confidence is the key to your success. All right. What else? But yeah, it's like somebody that hasn't really, that maybe did some wrong things, but did wrong things because they was being poisoned, drugged, and not given any other choice. It's not your fault, okay? Things that can be forgiven. It's not, or already is forgiven. You follow what I'm saying? It's time to let go of things and release it, just like, the Moonology card said. All right, let's see what we got here. Boat. Money or property through an inheritance, winning, or windfall. Oops. I'll hold that to where maybe you can, read it, What else have we got? A bow. And, they all have meanings or something, but it's, you are highly thought of. Box, you'll receive a gift. Love. Nothing better than unconditional love. Right, y'all? These are good cards. Horseshoe, good luck. That's what's coming. Do you understand? Finger, and that's upside down, but it says, warning you of a problem either now or in the future. That's like saying there's not gonna be, a problem, whatever, that everything's getting better. And it is. Star. guaranteed success. That doesn't actually mean like you're going to be a big star. It just means guaranteed success. Broken wishbone, and it's upside down. It says wish will not be granted. So that means wish granted. What? You know, I mean, everything good, y'all. You know, there's some people I'm talking to here that it's going to resonate with. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's what I'm going through. It's just what I needed to hear. And, you know, help whoever, you know, this resonates with. I don't know if this is like one person and numerous people, whatever the case may be, but do not let fear get in the way. I mean, fear is false evidence appearing real. That's why people have got to shut out everyone from your life, isolate you. That's all I've been through. It's how I grew up. I've had no friends. You know, anyone that was sent in, they were already fucked with by these assholes. You know. So, you can even think you have friends, think you can trust them, but don't. You know, you've got to make the right move. If you've been somewhere dark, you don't want to trust all those people, because if you've been somewhere dark, then you are surrounded by people who are dark. So when you're coming up and going towards the light, the wisdom, the divine, okay, those dark people will do what they can to pull you down. So, I mean, that's showing you to get the fuck away from them. All right? I pray for everyone out there that, you know, you're looking to get out of something that's so bad, right? But the divine can make a way, right? Divine can make a way, and you need to, you know, open your eyes, you know, your spiritual eyes, which is like really seeing what you need to see. See that, okay, I know where I need to go now. Now let me plan out how to get there. You know, what I'm going to bring with me at this moment. You have the right to leave somewhere where things are bad, no matter what the fucking case is there, right? You know, get what you need and go where you need to go. Okay, make sure you have, you know, keys, whatever, in case, you know, have to go back to get something, or there's something going on there that has to be dealt with, but, you know, you need the keys. You know, if there's animals there, you need to make sure they have food and water, you know, like if they're inside. You know, instead of, you know, I don't know, there's one person I knew that kept them in a kennel, and that's horrible. You know, at least let them be in the room or something like that. Or maybe they have to, I don't know. Maybe there's somewhere that they can go, even a bathroom, but to where they've got a bucket of water and food. You know what I'm saying? That they're not going to be hurt or harmed, you know, just temporarily, okay, until things can be, you know, dealt with, okay? You want to make sure of those things, and you just take, you know, what you need right now. Everything else can be dealt with later, but get yourself where you are safe. You know, me, myself, I am waiting for someone here. So, I mean, there's enough room here and everything. So, you know, no worries. So, yeah, I'm praying for everyone out there to get away from, you know, bad and evil and dark people, no matter what state they're in, okay? Leave and go where you know everything's going to be all right, you know? It's not going to be like it was before. That's never going to happen again. It's literally, I'm getting the move that you make is what's going to, you know, you doing this is what's going to change everything for, you know, lots of people. It's going to help them, and it's going to help save them. So they can really see what's going on. All right. All right. Love you guys. God bless. And You know, music frequencies, they help. All right. But listen to guidance, okay? Be willing and open to listen to guidance. You can, you know, if you're worried about anything, well, pick up the phone and call. You know, sometimes somebody needs me personally, I've been so gang stalked and harassed and everything online that I need to hear a voice. You know what I mean? I just need to hear a voice. No one needs to be afraid or anything like that. Okay? But me personally, I need to hear a voice. So maybe whoever this is, or whom, you know, maybe, like I said, more than one, so whomever, it may be that you need to call. Whoever it is you need to call so that they hear your voice. So they know it's you. Okay? All right. Take care. God bless.